Hello everybody, it's Jenny McGarvey and I am here today to share with you my week 38 of Project Life, and I am using a We Are Memory Keepers card kit from It Factor, and it is a really super fun one. I also have the alphabet stickers from the same collection, the wood stickers from the same collection, the acrylic stickers from the same collection, and the 6x6 sheet as well. And you will see me use all of those today on this particular layout. Now this one is really fun and I really like it a lot. It's got some great colors and some really fun icons, and I feel like this is really pretty different than anything we've ever really seen before from We Are Memory Keepers, and so I think that is very, very exciting. As you can see, I'm going through the cards and I am trying to select a 4x6 card to use. Now, I'm using my notebook that you have seen in the past where I plan out my pages, and I actually, sort of kind of read the whole thing wrong, and so this particular card that I just chose, I don't end up using because it is not what I needed. So we'll go back to that in a minute, but I'm going to choose a filler card and a couple of journaling cards for this center row of 3x4 slots. I'm going to have 2 journaling cards and 1 just filler card, and the filler card isn't even just one filler card. I end up using a piece of patterned paper trimmed down from the 6x6 pad, and then one of the fun die cut cards that comes in this set of cards. So as you can see, I already have the journaling cards that I want to use, but I need to find some help filling that filler card spot, because I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do, and there are really a ton of choices in this particular kit. Now, as you can see, I'm going to pull out the 6x6 pad, which I really do like using in comparison to 12x12 sheets. In my project life, I do use them, 12x12 sheets that is, but the 6x6, what I love about it is that it's scaled down already, so the size of the patterns just works much better in the pockets and slots because you're not getting huge overwhelming shapes or patterns in those things. Now I've chosen that pattern paper and I'm going to lay the die cut over on top of it, and it turns out really cute, and I really think that that is a great way for me to use one of those die cuts. You could absolutely use it right on top of a photo, or you could use it right on top of a card that's already meant to be a filler card, but I didn't want to do that. There weren't any that worked for me in that way, so I did not do that. Now I'm going to throw down the photos that I already have printed for this particular layout, and just like several weeks before, if you've ever watched any of my videos, I am missing some photos, which you would think, Jenny, don't you check before you make these videos? And the answer is yes, I do, but this one I obviously did not. So I'm going to have to print some more photos, but I also need to figure out by looking at my notebook what exactly is going on as well. So as you can see, I have my iPhone out and the Pick Frame app, and I'm going to go ahead and use that vertical, arrangement with the 4 photos on it, and I'm going to go through my camera roll and find the 4 photos that I want to use for those top 2 4x6 slots and select those. And then I'm going to zoom in on one of them a little bit more, and then I'm going to open the Canon app that I can use to print directly to my selfie, and then I am going to just go ahead and get that done. Now, I don't love having to show you my printing process because I really should already have those photos printed. However, it does show you how easy it is to use my iPhone and the Canon selfie together to get Project Life finished. So if you're on the fence about a selfie, or you don't have a selfie, or you really don't even know that much about it, you can see here that it is so simple to use. And I honestly could not stay caught up on Project Life if I did not use this tool. I could obviously do Project Life without it, But for me to stay caught up and to keep things running smoothly, the selfie and the wireless printing is essential for me. I am finding that I really just don't have time to sit down on the computer and work on photos in that way. And I know other people do, and I know that other people make it a priority. But for me, it just is much, much easier to do it this particular way. Now I'm trimming up that card because since I had used patterned paper, it's not exactly the same as the die cut from the kit. So I'm just trimming the edges and then go ahead and re-rounding the corners. And then we are ready to go, and that fits right in there, and it's decorative and it's fun, but it's very simple and it does not draw your eye to that and away from the photos or away from the journaling. Now I'm ready to go with those 4 photos that I just pulled right off my selfie, and I'm going to go ahead and trim those up, and I have 2 smaller photos. I guess they are 2 by 3 to go on each of those slots. One's about baseball and one is about a rainstorm that we had. So I'm just going to trim them with my paper trimmer and then get them right there in those 2 particular spots ready to be adhered down. Now I stamped directly on that photo of baseball, and that is one of my favorite stamps to use. I really love the way that it just sort of seamlessly works with pretty much every layout. Honestly, I have to kind of stop myself from using it every time. It's just a large asterisk, and then it says, "This is what I want to remember." And I love how it can be added. Now I've adhered down all those photos, and since there are not too many other things to get going, I'm going to go ahead and do the journaling on that card that has the stripes or journaling lines or whatever you want to call them. I will hand journal on this one. I keep it fairly inconsistent of what I like to do in terms of journaling in this album. I'd say that the majority of it is handwritten journaling like I will do right here, but I definitely use the typewriter and then sometimes just journaling directly on my photos from my phone as well. Now I used one of those wood stickers that are really super cute, and I love the way that the different colors and the bold text looks on those, but they are very sticky, and I love that because I know that they're going to stay put where I put them. Now I'm just adding the journaling using the Sharpie pen. I love the way that these write. I think they're perfect for these different uses and really any kind of paper. If I'm using kits or if I'm using Kit Club cards like the Scraptastic cards that I love, or if I'm using patterned paper. Did I say that already? Anyway, any pen or any card works great with these particular pens and gives really bold contrast, and I like that a lot as well. Now I'm going to use a roller date stamp and my VersaFine ink just to add the date at the bottom of this particular one, and then that's done too. I love how quickly that this page is coming together with the use of that It Factor kit. It really made it very, very easy to choose elements that go together, but it's not overly matchy-matchy as well. Now you can see that is where I'm using those acrylic stickers. They're so fun. They're just some more of the bold shapes and text, and then they go great on with this collection, and it looks great on my photo. Now these alphabet stickers are a little bit different than ones that I'm used to working with. They have a shine. They're kind of a patent looking, and they're both the inside, the positive space, and the negative space as well. And I figured I'd give it a go on this particular page using both. I wasn't exactly sure how I would feel about it. I like the font of the alphabet, and so that part I knew would be fun, and the color is good. I just wasn't sure how I would feel about using the negative space, and honestly the verdict is still out on that. I don't really know if I like it or not. I guess that probably means that it's not maybe my favorite, as I usually do know right away if I love something or not. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it again, but I did use it on this particular layout, and we'll keep it in mind for future ones as well. Now I'm using some Studio Calico Mistable shapes. These are some clouds and some raindrops from my stash. I just went ahead and pulled those out. They fit with the theme, which is this is about a storm, and I wanted to keep things very, very simple. I didn't want to go crazy or anything like that, since the kit itself is really very dominant. It's bold and it's bright, so this works great. Now, as you can see, I have taken that speech bubble card that was over on the left side in the middle row, and I am adding some typewritten journaling using my typewriter. I just really needed a few lines, and I thought that that would keep it neat and concise. And that is the perfect way to add such journaling, by using the typewriter. And it's much, much easier and more convenient for me than journaling on the computer. Now, as you can see, I do have a tiny mistake. My typewriter was jammed up. I don't know why that was. Then it ended up working fine. But I'm just going to add 3 little wood veneer stars to this, and it covers up the mistake, and it absolutely looks like they were meant to be there. They end up perfect. So I'm all a fan of not worrying about mistakes and go ahead and adapting it and making it work out. Now I've pulled a label from my stash to use on this photo underneath this stamping, and I'm just going to add just the tiniest words letting us know about what this photo is about. So that works out great for me too. I figured that it was much, much easier just to add a little label, and it added, a tiny bit of flair to the photo without going crazy or anything like that. And a tiny enamel dot in the center of that acrylic camera, and we are good to go. Now I have the right side and the photos that'll go on the right side, and that one of my son and the banana makes me laugh, so if you heard me chuckle, that's why. And I'm going to go ahead and trim up this one of the ice cream cone and then use it as well on this particular page. Now you will notice that throughout the rest of this video I do sort of mess around with where I want some of these items to go. Those 2 in the center row, that is the 2 photos and then the journaling cards and the filler cards. I just, it takes me a minute to figure out where they should be placed. As you can see in the bottom, I took a page from the 4x6, excuse me, not 4x6, 6x6 pad, and trimmed that up to use that circle. And I really liked that for this particular page because I loved the colors and the elements, but the circles really represented balls to me. And this page has 3 photos, including sports, 2 soccer, and 1 football, and it felt like that was sort of a natural progression to do that. Now, I had remembered finding a card in this stack of cards about being a good egg, and I thought that was hilarious to go with that photo of my son using the banana as a telephone. So I wanted to really use that on this page as well. And it happens to go with the other yellows and stuff that are in this page too. So then I also have the journaling line card as well, and that will help just sort of recap the weekend, which is what this whole page is really about. And that works perfectly, and it's really nice. I do often draw journaling lines myself, but it's nice to already have that done for me. Now, as you can see, I'm adding some of the wood stickers to a couple of those photos. They are just absolutely perfect. The LOL one with my son and the banana is classic and awesome, and I absolutely love it. Now I'm taking a strip from that same piece that I used on the right side and adding it to the top, and I just love that it gives it a little bit more interest, but it's absolutely not crazy at all. It is not too much. It's not overwhelming. It's very simple. So that worked out, and then I just layered right on top of that another one of those acrylic stickers. And those acrylic stickers are really fun, and I know that you cannot see it in this video because obviously it's clear, but I do really like that it adds something without, again, being overwhelming, and it really does not take away from the photo itself. Now I'm going to use that journaling line card for journaling, obviously, and I'm going to use my typewriter with it. And I don't always do that. A lot of times I just use my handwritten journaling like I did on the other side. But on this one, I wanted to keep this side of this page really neat and clean, and so I figured the best way to do that would be to use the typewriter. Now I'm also going to add one of the wood stickers to it, just the little heart, and I love how it looks in the lower right hand corner, right there where there's not any journaling. It just sort of seems to finish it off and give that card that finished look. I could have done anything, I could have added some washi tape or whatever, but this was the way for me to go. Now the last step is to add the date, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right here with those alphabet stickers. I hope you've enjoyed this look at my week 38 of Project Life using the We Are Memory Keepers It Factor collection. I really enjoyed using this, and if you liked my video, if you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up, I would really, truly appreciate it. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here real soon.